Hello everyone, and welcome back to the techystack channel. So today we'll try to explore this RE framework. We can build this entire process and we'll run from the orchestrator. So here we are attempting this web browser. So this is one of the challenge. So just we need to download this Excel file, start, and later we can process it. Okay, the same thing we tried with RE framework. Okay, let me go to this initial stage. And all the things are has been done. Done means like what are the inputs. I just created this one. Inside the code I have not done anything. So let me go with and explore one by one. So when you check this assign system exception, this all the things let it be. So we don't want to change anything. And this initial stay all settings also we don't want to change anything. So if you want we can do some things here. So for example, if you want to get this assets also, so as of now there is no asset is by default it's available. The assessments in credentials we have now credentials. We need to get that credentials. Those things is not there. So if want, we can add that as well. Okay, now I don't want any change now. So I just close this. And later these if conditions are predefined. So we don't want to change anything. And the next step is kill process. So for example, I'm working on the Chrome browser. Okay, so now I want to, when it is starting the process, I want to close that browser. So I need to close it. Okay, I added this one. Okay, I use this kill process and update this Chrome exe. After that, I give you some duration, which is as a 5 seconds. And here, two things we can use for the kill process. Either you can use this kill process, or might be you can use this VBS script also. So with the help of start process, start process. Start process. Okay, just drag and drop that process, and we can update that VBS file. So we whatever the code you can write in Notepad and save it as VBS. The same file path you can just pass this in start process. So just pass it here and it will run. Similarly, it will work for the batch file. So still, if you want more doubts, more clarification on this, so already I have did one video on this. Go on to check it. It will available. So the name of the video is how to kill multiple applications with something is in here. Not remember exactly. So go and check. It will available. So there is these methods are there. So we can use any method. But when come to me, I will use this batch file. So in real time, I will use most of the times with the batch file. Kill process, I won't use much time, but as of now, I'm using. When it is to real time, I will use this batch file. Okay, so this is the things which is available in the kill process XAML file. Okay, let me close and I save this. And these are the things log business. Let it be. I'm not touching anything. And this also throwing the experience all not touching anything. So after this, I have forgot one thing. So let me open this flow again. So now this design has been done. So now I want to know whether this is working fine or not. So for that purpose, I need to do debug. So this is the way how we can avoid multiple types of errors. And we know sometimes we are getting depends upon the from other source. But as of now, this is individual component which we can run directly right away. So nothing else. So before I am just copying this path, reopening the page. Okay, it's closed and there is no issues. It's working fine. Okay, it will take some couple of seconds, which is delay. So that with mandatory delay, we need to. So again, I open this Chrome and I will go back. So here, if you see here, right side on the top side, restore pages. So if you don't want to that kind of pages, so what we need to do, we need to open our code in incognito window. So let me use this incognito window. So what will happen in incognito window? No, so it will automatically clear all the caches backend side, and there is no data will store. So better when you are doing the some thing related to the web browser, so we can go for and use this incognito window. This is one of the best practice. Most of the time not all the time I will use this incognito window. So apart from videos, when I go to real time, I will use this incognito window only. So in some organizations they are not allowed this incognito window. So the thing is just you need to explain them what is the good things when you use this incognito window. So what you use this normal browser without incognito. So these type of pop-ups will won't come on the incognito window. Some other pop-ups will come on the normal window. So this is the difference. So you need to explain them the clients. So they will understand, definitely they will understand. But the thing is how you are saying to the client, or how you are saying to the managers, or how you are saying to the delivery teams. So only the thing ways depends upon the you. So now I'm closing these things. Okay, this is kill process also done. And next step here, what is it? So initial all state. I mean initial init all applications. So init all applications. Here we use this browser activities. I mean I want to open that browser and I need to download that Excel file. So once I downloaded that Excel file, only I have this data. So that data I will pull to the orchestrator. Okay, so here we have these classic activities and modern activities. So you can use any activity is fine, but it depends upon the complete depends upon the developer and the organization. So organization they will ask you need to go with only the dedicated to classic, then you can go with classic. So if organization ask for I need modern, so you can go with the modern. And some cases some modern activities will won't work directly how classic will work. So that time you need to manage those manage them. They will ask why you use these things, why you use such things. So you have you the full answer to them. So as of now I will go with the classic browsers. So here open browser. Okay, open browser, this is a open browser. And here I need to pass this URL. So this is my URL. So this URL also I can store in might be the assets or I can store in might be the config file. So anyway, it's fine. So now I will enable this incognito mode. So incognito mode, if you want to enable nothing but as a private. So the private session which allows to be run, I mean open in the incognito window. So after that, I want to download that Excel file now. So let me open this later. I will do some XYZ activities. So it will open this application. Okay, here it's open this some different browser. So because I have not give the specific browser, I have not selected. So just stop this automation and you can go and select. So this video might be the length. Definitely it will take a long time to do the things because a lot of the things you can learn. So if you want, you can learn these things means you don't skip and watch for entire video. So you can select this Chrome thing. Okay, now just run. So why I'm running this multiple times since because we don't know what type of errors. Now see, so one error got occurred. So compilation file or was cancelled. So this error I don't know why it came. So we need to investigate. So these type of will come not definitely for every time. It might be come. So now I will rerun whether I will get the same error or not. So let me check. Okay, this time I not get error. So maybe some issue. So if it is getting that repeated that error, so we need to check. Okay, now this is done. The next step, what we need to, so we need to download this Excel file. So let me take this click activity. So just drag and drop click activity. Okay, now this is the modern activities. So I don't want to use that. So I need to go with only the classic. So if you want, you can use this modern activities, no issues. So let me click on this thing. So once I click on, let me check. So let me go and check each and every selector it's having the dynamic things or not. So we need to check that. So if you want to do some much more dynamic, go to this open in UI Explorer and go with that. So as of now, I will check this. So it is highlighted properly. So there is no issues. And if you want to add anything else, so you can add it. So as of now, it looks better for me. So I don't want to change anything and I will just click. So once you click on this, so it will ask this pop-up. So now we need to again take this click. Now we need to update. If you want to update this name, or else by defaultly it will take this challenge one. And or else if you want, you can update that name file name as well. So now I will just click on the save button. So before saving, I will take type into as well. So here I will declare that path. So I want some specific path. So I will go with the specific path. Okay. Just check. So go to inside and these are a lot of the things are there. No? So just open in UI Explorer and remove unwanted. So when I check this is the not required for me AA name. So this is second one. I just remove. And next this is file name and combo box. Let me validate whether it is validating or not. And this control ID 1001 which is not required for me. So let me remove. If it is not moving, so you can remove from there and you can remove this as well. So this is not required for me. Go on, let me validate. Still it is validating, so there is no issues. And highlight. So this is how we can tune that selector. And here CLS, this is a standard. So if you don't want, you can remove from it and you can keep the title as save as. So like just select this, like this. So you can remove and you can update, validate like this. So still it will work, no issues. Okay, let me rehighlight on this. So click on that save. So now all the things is done. So now the next step is I want to update the text. So this file text you can update from your orchestrator, or it might be, I mean, from the queues, or might be the from the assets. I mean, not the assets. So we have the config file now. So now the config file will came here. So previous the things we don't know what type of things are coming. Now we'll get to know that these are the things are available in the config. So we need to make sure that. So here are two things. So you can directly use from here, or you can might be the use is orchestrator. So anything is fine. So now anyway, we'll go with the orchestrator and we'll get the data. So as of now, I am all declaring as a static only, not the dynamic. Okay. Let me go to this orchestrator, UiPath orchestrator. Okay, might be it won't run. Okay, it's log it. I have logged into the orchestrator and I will assets. I will add this asset. So here I will create new asset and asset name nothing but as file path. Okay, file path. And this is a text and I need to update the text now. So directly I will go and I will take this one. Ref data slash challenge dot excel ss. Okay, this is asset I have created. So now copy this the same name and go to this here and add this name and the asset. So you can add this both the things. And this is a folder is test one. So add this test hyphen one. Okay, now all these things are added. And if you want add this, so what is the purpose of this file? So this is used for updating name of the file with. So later you can change as per this. So this is the thing how we need to follow the hierarchy. So now this also has been done. The next what we need to do. So we need to type into. So we got that thing now. And here we need to update this. Okay, in config dot to string. Okay, and I will go here and I will copy this file. I mean this name, and I will update. So this thing, and next one also I will update this URL. So this also I will update in asset. Just add this asset, and I will make it as URL. On the text, I will update this as well. Okay, let me create and just take this one and go to this config and again add the same thing there. This is the same test one. If I can add this URL data, that's fine. And here just change this to in config of URL dot to string. Okay, this is done. Now it will click on that save. Just go back to the existing one. So once you click on this download Excel file, it will take some time and just click on that. It will update that path and save it. So that's it. So this step also we need to do. I mean, no, we need to check whether it is working fine or not. Okay, just I will keep breakpoint here. So these are the things we need to run mandatory. There is no other things. We cannot skip these things while you are developing. And if you want to make sure that is, I mean, that sequence is working fine or not. So we need to test n number of times. There is no like you need to test one time or two times. There is no like that. So you need to test. And now first of all, I will check in config is having that URL or not. URL got to string. So when you check, I got this URL data, and similar way I will check in config of file path. So just go to here and you can copy. So this copy enable available after the 2024 version. Just enter it. So you can see this. So both things are done. So now I will run end to end. So I don't want to wait. So what is going on? I want to check this. So whether it will throwing this error or it will throwing something different. So we need to check now. So because sometimes when you're loading this URL, it will take some time. Now it's taking a long time to load this particular URL. So we need to manage these kind of errors as well. So that's why we need to run and we need to add these things. Now just check. So it is updating. We need to wait whether it will download it or not properly. We need to check. Okay, as of now, this got done. Anyone using this device? Okay, this is fine. Forget about it pop-up. And I will go to this particular file and you can see this. So just now it created. So you can see this 1310, 1330. And when I go inside, I got this data. Okay, this is the data. This is done. So once I downloaded this data, okay, it's thrown that error somewhere. It got error. So could not find the transaction item. Okay, it went to the downside because directly it gone there. So so you try to get this transaction. So it not there is no transactions in that. So it's without that element. So this is fine, no problem. You can see this get transaction data. So still we are not moved to there. So still we are in the process of initial stage. Okay, now we got this data. So once you got this data, so we need to read the data. Okay, whether we want to push that to orchestrator or not. I mean here by default you can make sure that orchestrator means nothing but as a queues. Okay, once I downloaded this data, so next what I want to do, so I want to read that particular data. So for that I'm using read range workbook. Okay, before reading range workbook, I want to check whether that file is existed or not. So these are all the things we need to mandatory which we need to follow the protocol. So I want to check the file is exist or not. Okay, the location is nothing but as this is a location, copy and paste and make sure that save the results, file checker. That's it. And later if condition, just drag and drop file checker. Okay, if file is available and you can read it. Okay, here multiple another 2 3 steps will it will come. And what is the file path? So this is the file path. Okay, and the sheet name, I don't know sheet name. Let me go and check that sheet name. So the sheet name is every time it will come sheet one only. So if you don't know what the sheet name it will come, so then you can loop it and check. And data table, I'm saving this data table as Excel data table. Okay, now this is done. The next step is I want to check whether I have this data or not. So when I reading that Excel file, I need to check whether its count is greater than 0 or not. So now I will just directly copy and update this one on the top side. So just we need to understand that first of all. So let me copy this particular file path. So here I'm saying each and everything, what is the purpose and why we need to use. If we use that one, what will happen? If we not use, what will happen? I'm trying to say those things as well here. Okay, this should be the initial answer and the same thing we need to do. So make sure that all the variables should be available on the top of the scope level. Now I will just close this and as of now, I will do one thing. I will create one more sheet and update the data and I will remove this data. So anyway, headers is fine or not fine, let it be. So we need to check now. So the thing is, we need to check first of all that count. Excel data table dot rows dot count dot So when you check here, I have this 0. So it should be mandatory greater than or equals to 1. Okay, then only I have the some data and I can push the data to the orchestrator. If it is not there, so I don't want to do anything. Just I want to skip this automation and I can go this as it is. Okay, now we need to put one if condition here. So why I'm putting this if condition here only you can put or else let it be this one fine. You can put that if condition in the orchestrator. So you can use anywhere, vice versa. Okay, if you're very good at with the bunch of if conditions are bunch of the coding, you can keep it here. So if you don't want to do anything, so you can just so whatever just check this file, the file is available or not. If the file is available, you can read that. And one more thing, the main step here, what thing is, so you can make these changes. So while for example if you are clicking on somewhere else, so just edit, I mean you can change this, clicking on the download file, click on download Excel file. So why? Because this code every time won't stay with you. For example, you developed this thing, this is done. Later, after a couple of days, or might be the hypercare, we need to hand over to some other team, which we call support team. In some organizations, this will follow, on some other organizations, not following. So we can make sure that each and every box or every activity name should be the mandatory. So which is a very high level and it should be easy to understand. For example, all the things when you collapse, it will come like this. So if you see open browser, okay, I know it's opening the browser. After when I open this, okay, it's clicking on the download file. For example, in case this is no thing is there, so just he will launch this particular browser and he will check where is the download file is available. I mean, there are multiple ways, but this is one of the best practice we can. And file existing check. So file existing checking for the so and so file. So just make sure that here I will give one sample. Checking for the file chp challenge dot xlsx. So this is the one thing. So which make sense to others, easy to understand, and this is done. So now initial state, init all applications, these things are done. Okay, now that the next step is, so we need to pass this data. So whatever the data is available in the data table, now this data table. So we need to make this as a argument because we need to pass the data to outside. Okay, now I will make the same variable. I will delete from here. Okay, and this is for the out. So if and every time you can measure that in and out, that's not a problem. And this should be the system.data table. Okay, done. So whatever the data is available in the Excel file, this is done. So if you want, make sure you can keep out. So this is a one of the best practice. So when you check that variable, in config means coming from the in, out config means going from this sequence to another sequence. Okay, now save this. And after this, close this init application and go to this initialization and just check the activity is coming or not. Okay, out data table. So whatever getting this out data table, we need to store in somewhere else again. So for that, we need to create one more variable, uh, Excel data table. Same, we can create Excel data table. Okay, and change the scope. Now let me go to this Excel data table. So this one just I have created and make sure that global process business, maybe this is okay, global process business. So this is the main thing. So you can save that. Okay, this is done. The next step is whether it is coming the data or not, we need to check. Okay, let me, okay, this is fine. I will directly go to the transaction now and I will put one breakpoint here. So what I will do now, I will just run this automation and I will check whether I am getting this data or not. Okay, I am deleting this file. And sometimes what happen when you're trying to download the same file, it will ask that you want to replace or not. So we have to code that as well. We don't know, or else if you want to go with it in different way, we need to go and check one if condition whether that file is available or not. If that file is available, then you have to delete it. So you can go with any vice versa. I will go with this second option. I will check that file is available or not. If it is available, I will delete. Okay, in this video, if you need I mean, what you have to be patient, else you can skip this video. So each and every step we need to run and we need to check. Then only we can go to the next step. If you are stuck somewhere, so now it got stuck somewhere. I mean, it's my mistake. So I need to delete this activity is not required. Anyway, automation has stopped now. So I will go and check this file before this and before downloading file na, on the top side here. Or else you can put this is in the here also where means init not here. Let me go and check where you are killing this applications. You can keep there also, it's fine. Or else you can keep one extra activity here and you can use that as well. Or else maybe the better approach I feel you can keep here because we are initializing that application and we are killing. Okay, just I will. Okay, already that activity is available here. No, just I will copy this. This file exist or not. Okay, and I will take this condition on the top side and I will delete. Okay, here one problem. Okay, fine, fine. Let it be. If that problem occurs, I will delete. And next, I want to delete it. Where is this delete file? So what is the file? This is my file. Okay, done. Now it won't affect anything, so it will clear out our step. So might be many of them having the confusion where I need to keep the delete file. So that it's depends. So you can use at the initial stage, or else in all applications you can keep there also. It's fine. So it depends. It's not there is no standard we need to keep here only. But the thing is, what we want to understand now before opening this browser, that file should not be available in that machine. So that's why I kept here itself. So now it will run and it will download that file and later we'll check. So here I'm not coding with the file save as I'm not doing that one. So every time I will delete that file now. So I don't want to do that step as well. So here I don't know, maybe I have some network issues. I'm not sure, but it's loading very late. Okay, now check this. So I got this thrown error. So that's why I'm waiting for this one. So now it thrown the error. So when you're running this automation, so I want to retry for this 2 times or 3 times. Okay. So I will open this browser. Anyway, browser is opening. So there is no issues with browser. Only the this element is loading or not. It taking some time. So now what I will do now, I will just you can add this entire I mean entire try catchy. So as of now, most of things it won't get error. So better you can add that. So as of now, I go with retry. So I will just add this retry scope. Only for this I will add because here only I'm getting the most of the error. So and I will give this. I will do this here 3 times. So you can retry for the 3 times. Number of retries. 3 I given. Okay. Still after that also it might be got error. So that time what we want to do now. So we need to capture this entire try catch. So try catch. In the try we need to capture this. Okay. And in catch you can add this business system dot business exception. If you want standard messages, you can add those as well. And I will keep one log message. Okay, I will make it as exception log level. Anything you can keep that. And later, if you want, you can add that mail, whatever the things you can add it there. So added this log as well. And if you want, you can throw that error as well. So just drag and drop the throw activity and new exception of, you can mention issue with browser. That's it. You can add any name. So you can, that's fine. So now I will run this, and as of now I will change this retry scope. Okay, let it be three times. Now it's a fine. So I will run this automation and I will close this browser. So what it will go, it will don't run end-to-end process. So just it will stop at the state of initial state. Why? Because we got the system exception. So browser is not able to communicate. So by default, it will go with the system exception. So we can make it that. So these all things, it will by directly launch, and I will close this. Okay, now it will try for two or I mean three times. Now I, because I gave the three times there. Okay, we need to check that. So one activity is done, and second time also it got failed. You can see the click on download invalid UI node, and third time it will throw error. Then it will go to catch. Then now it will move to the catch, and it will log that particular message. So let it wait. So we can see this, it can log, or else we can max the, I mean, normal log, and we can see this through. So issue with this browser, it thrown that. And when I click on this continue, it stop this automation. So when you run in end to end at once, so it will stop this automation automatically. So now automation got stopped. So like that, we need to handle those things. So if you not add that also, it might be through or not through. So just try it once from your end without adding try catch. You can try it. So that not an issue. You can try it. So I will add one more log here, and I will remove this unable to launch browser or not communicate with browser or issue with this browser. So you can make sure that what type of this log unit is, so you can add that. So now this is the init, all applications also done. So now let recall this. So we have tried, I mean tried means we have all the things, our steps has done. So we have that file, and we read this data as well. So now just close this application, and where you came here, so we are in here. So if you got any error, these things it will handle automatically. Here they use this concept like that. Okay, now the initial step is done. The next step, what we need to, so we need to go to this transaction state. I mean transaction data. So in this transaction data, we need to add that activity. Already I told you, no. So whether we want to check that Excel file greater than one, greater than or equal to one row or not. If it is greater than or equal to one, then I need to process the data to the orchestrator. Nothing but as a queues. So we'll do that thing. So now here you can see this invoke get transaction. So just go this, and so here having this transaction data, let me understand this first of all. I mean, understand means I need to open this. So here transaction item. Okay, this is nothing but just getting the data from there. And this thing you can add. I mean, I will go and add here itself. Where I will add means I will add here only. I will take one activity. Or else you can add inside of this here only. Where means open this browser, and here only once you added this one, so you can add, I mean I can add right now right away here. So let me take one if condition. Sometimes the logics will might be changed time to time. So now previous I told something different. Now I will write this code here itself. So here now what I need to do, this thing is data out data table dot rows dot now if we don't want to pass this outside also, so you can make that variable to normal. So greater than or equals to one. So I need might be the having the one row line item, or might be the more than row line items. So then at the time I will update this data to the orchestrator. So Asset, not the asset. You bulk queue item is here, normal queue items. I go with this bulk add queue items. So just add this, and by default it will take that. I will go with the test one. So you can change anyway. And data table is nothing but as out data table. And queue name, as of now, I not created that queue name. Let me go and create that new queue name. Okay, moving to the orchestrator queues. Okay, already two queues are there. Now I will add one more queue, new queue, and will work there. So create new queue, which is name as RPA challenge data. Okay. Now these are all descriptions. If you want, you can add this and other things. Depends upon you. And these things, action, retention, duration. These things all you can add it. So just I'm creating this queue. Queue has added, and there is no data inside. Let me view transactions. So there is no data. Now we'll upload this queue. So here, what's the queue name? So as of now, I go with this queue test RPA challenge data. Later, you can pause that as well as this config. That's fine. So now I'll go with this. Okay, till here I will run this. Again, I want to run whether it will update it at queues or not. Once it updated all the queues, and I will delete those queues. And before running, I will put this breakpoint here because I don't want to run end to end. Okay, let it be. Already the signal breakpoint is there. So here we need to run again and again. So this is I'm repeating saying. So if you want full-fledged output without any errors, so we need to run multiple times. So there, if you want, we can add that Maximus screen as well. So that thing which we missed, so we can add that. And I'm not sure why my okay, I did something, pressed something wrong. We'll see. Now we'll go and check what happened on the whether it uploaded the data to orchestrator or not. I think it won't update. Let me check this queues. Okay, no data is back done. Okay, here I missed one step now. Let me go and add that step as well. Init stage and go to this initialization all applications. Once open this browser, maximize, maximize window. Okay, now I will run one more time and check whether it's updating the data to queues or not. So once this is done, we are ready to go for the next stage, which is nothing but as get transaction data. In that get transaction state data, we don't want to do anything. So by defaultly, it will all the predefined steps are there. So no need to do anything there. Okay, let it run and it will read the data or not. So okay, now we'll check that. Go to orchestrator, go into the queues. Okay, now when you check here, data was not added. So having some issue. So don't know what is that issue also. We need to rectify that issue. Okay, let me stop this automation and I need to go to the initialization state and this one. Maybe what I feel means once it's updated its file now, so immediately it will check that file path. I mean, not here. So after click on button, okay, it will just save. Immediately it not saving that file, so that's why it's having. So I will give some delay here. So or else you can retry these three things three times and you can do. But as of now, simply purpose, I will give this delay for 10 seconds. Okay, now I will run one more time. So here we don't want to close anything. So automatically framework will close all the applications because already existing code is already available there. So it will just download and place it to go. Now again, it's taking some time. Anyway, we give this retry now, so it will work no issues. There I forgot one thing, so I need to give some delay. Once it tried after that, we need to give the delay. So I forgot that. Next iteration, I will add that. Okay, download that file. I will put breakpoint here. It's crossed. Now I need to check again. Or it might be I missed something in coding. So I will check both the things. Okay, now when you check here, so I got queue items is 10. Let me view transactions. So all having the new and let me go inside of this. What data is available there? So you can see this data. So having the first name, last name, all this data is available there. Now the next step is get transaction data. So in this sequence, it will go to Orchestrator and get the data. So it will store into the transaction item. So we can get this transaction item. So which is going to queue item variable. So whatever the data is coming in from the orchestrator, now it will store into that particular queue. I mean a transaction item, and that you can use where you want that one. So here in this transaction sequence, we don't want to do any changes, so let it be. It will come inside of this workflow and get the transaction. If the transaction is available, then it will go to the process, and as it is all the steps, when the transaction is not available in the orchestrator or might be all transaction will got finished, then it will give that transaction item as empty and it won't go, and it will stop that automation. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, make sure to hit that like button, share with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to turn off notifications so you never miss an upload.